gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
News this morning, Memphis police are looking for a person involved in a shooting at a Marathon gas station near downtown. Officers were called to the scene around 9:50 last night in the 300 block of Poplar.
So what did I tell you guys about these gas stations? Super gremlins be posted up outside the gas station, you know, watching people pump their gas, trying to jump out on people and rob their cars, jack their cars. So these gas stations are very dangerous. You have to keep your head on a swivel and your hand on your firearm, okay? Because it is wild, especially out here in Memphis. It goes down, and I'm not surprised that there was a shooting here. I mean, it's crazy. And this is the norm in Memphis, and you know, that's why this story isn't really getting that much airtime.
When they arrived, they found one man shot to death. MPD says that the shooter did leave the scene going north on Danny Thomas, but that's all of the information we have at this time. If you know anything that can help police, call Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH.
It was a holdup on holy ground. Tuesday morning, watch as a 71-year-old woman behind the wheel of this van pulls into the parking lot of Gateway Christian School and Gateway Baptist Church along Macon Road in the Nutbush area. But she was not alone. A man driving a four-door sedan pulls up alongside. Wearing gloves and carrying a Glock, demands the woman's purse, which he got away with.
Damn, so he robbed her at church. These super gremlins are on demon time. And this is absolutely ridiculous, okay? The fact that this man was not honoring the sanctity of the church grounds, and he pulled up, popped out, and took advantage of this woman. Absolutely despicable. And I hope that he gets caught and is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But we all know that they have those Soros-funded DAs implanted in all small towns across the United States. And even though Memphis is quote unquote red, right? In a red state, you have these people who are propped up in positions that really make a difference when it comes to crime. And they have a catch and release policy. I did the story on Justin Johnson, one of the guys who is accused of deleting Young Dolph. And he was caught after shooting up a bowling alley, and you know, irrefutable, undeniable evidence, and he was released without serving even like 20% of his sentence.
Sadly, he also may have taken her sense of security.
Well, you never know what's around you.
Mr. Phillip, a father of 9 whose children took part and whose grandchildren now participate in Gateway's homeschooled program, says this is another reminder crime can happen anywhere at any time.
It's no safe place. It can happen anywhere. It can happen in your front yard.
In this case, the robber did not stop after taking the woman's purse in the school's front parking lot. He returns. This time, inside surveillance catches him using the gun to break in. From there, according to a police report, he began yelling something about calling the police, which the victim was doing after first locking herself inside an office. Take another look. Police say that robber appears to have gone back inside after that female victim, who was essentially a witness, but it is another witness. We're talking about Big Brother that captured everything, as police are hoping to capture the man responsible for the brazen and broad daylight attack. All the more reasons why this grandfather reminds his own family to be on the lookout for those out looking for trouble.
I tell them, be careful and watch where you're going.
Yeah, and he may not give you the specific details, but there's definitely some profiling going on there. All right. Because in order to weed out these situations, obviously a pooh shiesty mask is a direct indicator. Okay. Once you see the pooh shiesty mask, you need to spot it, identify it, and say it 3 times. Pooh shiesty mask, pooh shiesty mask, pooh shiesty mask. And then, you know, usually the super gremlin will scurry away because he knows that you got him beat and you've identified his game. But the issue in this scenario is that a lot of these people, they are caught off guard. Most of them are being targeted because they are elderly. And some of these people, they just don't want to believe that this is happening. But hey, it's real. You can lose your life over this. That's why everybody needs to share my videos with their loved ones, watch my videos. Because, I mean, if you're not even aware this thing is going on, then you don't know how to protect yourself. Because these super gremlins are on demon time.
Well, police certainly want to know who committed this crime on church ground. In Nutbush Street of Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
And we stopped by the church to speak with the pastor, but he was not available. If you would like to get another look at the video in hopes you recognize the robber, head to our website, WREG.com. And if you know anything that could help police, call Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more
shit
do
off.
you want from me?
I could have been dead and gone, but I thank God for my life.
This family that thinks the same men who stabbed Jenny Harris in her home on Springwater Cove in Raleigh stabbed Melvin Harris and stole his truck after they met just less than a mile away.
So, like I said, the elderly are being targeted, and these super gremlins, they don't discriminate. If you old and black, old and white, don't matter. They running up on you with that thanga, and they're telling you to give it up. Some of them, they just want a punching bag for the day. You know, you never know when you're dealing with these people. You might get robbed, give it up, and then they delete you anyway because they just want to catch a body. It's just something to do. Like I told you before, these super gremlins take pride in catching a body. And, you know, in many respects, the community takes pride in catching bodies. And we see that on a day-to-day basis. When we watch these rap videos and see the reaction to pop culture and whatnot. You know, a lot of people saying free YNW Melly, a lot of people saying free Q Money, and the list goes on of people were supposed to be, you know, campaigning to free when we know they actually did that ish.
On Saturday, Harris went to this mini market to find help with his yard.
So I went up on the corner and picked up somebody I didn't know. I'm used to going up on the corner, picking up folk.
However, this time was different.
He looked crazy, but there wasn't nobody else on the corner for me to get. He was nervous, kept on walking back and forward. He looked weird. He looked like the devil was in him.
Harris tells us he had not seen the men before, but an MPD incident report says Harris told police he had seen the suspect around the neighborhood because the suspect normally helps him around his yard. Whoever the guy was, what the suspect did next is something no one could imagine.
And he pulled a knife up He said, I'm finna kill you, take your truck and rob you. I said, you ain't doing to me.
Woo! And this old head, the OG, was not going for it. He said, you ain't doing ish to me. And, you know, obviously he learned the hard way, because you see the knots and the scrapes and bruises on his face. But he stood his ground as best as he could. You got to respect it.
And so we got to tussle, and I held onto the blade of the knife. That's how I got all these cuts on my hand. But he was too strong and young for me. And he pulled me out the truck, and I fell on the ground. So he jumped up, went around to the driver's side. I reached and grabbed the door, and he started picking up speed.
Melvin says he realized the suspect was not going to stop the truck, so he decided to let go and yell for help. Melvin now suffers from 4 broken ribs and more than 12 deep wounds.
Wow, look at those burns. Man, he almost got dragged by the... I mean, these super gremlins are ruthless, targeting our elderly. I mean, how much more pathetic can you get? But this is the thing. The community has been enabling this behavior way too long. It's time for us to step up. Otherwise, you may find yourself being victimized by these super gremlins on demon times.
The police did find his car near the Arkansas Bridge, but Harris says when he gets it back, he's
not to pick up no stranger no more. Do the work yourself or wait on your son, one of my sons.
Reporting in Raleigh, Jessica Knotts, WREG News, Channel 3.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.